If you're running a local home services business, I know one of your biggest headaches is consistently getting new customers without throwing money at expensive advertising. Am I right? I'm Barb McGowan, and I help businesses like yours make more money using smart automation systems that practically run themselves. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button because I share actionable strategies every week that you can implement right away in your business. So, quick question before we dive in. Have you tried getting more Google reviews but found yourself frustrated with the process? Drop a yes or no in the comments. I read every single one, and it helps me to create content that actually solves your problems. Look, I get it. Most business owners that I work with have tried everything under the sun to get more customers. They'll throw money at random marketing strategies hoping that something will stick. But here's the thing, hope isn't a business strategy. You need a system that works consistently, day in and day out. So today, I'm going to walk you through the exact process that we used with one of my clients, a small installation company in California. Using just this system, they've booked over 200 appointments in 6 months and gotten 53 5-star Google reviews. And the best part? It runs on Autopilot. So if you're not sure why 5-star Google reviews are so important, let me put it to you like this. When was the last time that you bought something on Amazon without checking the reviews first? Let's say you're buying a ladder. Do you pick the one with hundreds of 5-star reviews? Or do you go with the one that has 2 stars or barely any reviews at all? Your potential customers do the exact same thing. When they search for plumber near me or HVAC repair, they're looking at those stars and review counts before anything else. And here's the real kicker. Google uses those reviews to decide who shows up at the top of the search results. Now, even if you're not in the #1 spot, we all know what happens when someone has a plumbing emergency. They start at the top of the list and they work their way down until someone answers. So let me show you exactly how to make sure your business is the one that they call first. Let's start with what's truly most important. And I know that this might sound obvious, but stay with me because this is where most businesses drop the ball. Your team needs to genuinely care about delivering amazing results to your customers. From the moment that someone calls into your business to the minute your tech walks out their door, every single interaction shapes whether they'll become a raving fan who brings you more business or someone who forgets about you the next day. I'm about to share the exact playbook we use with our installation company client. These aren't just random steps. Each one is strategically designed to create what psychologists call the primacy and recency effect. Basically, people remember the first and last impression most strongly, so we're going to make sure that both are outstanding. Here's exactly what we implemented with our installation company client. And remember, these might seem like small details, but they add up to create an experience that customers can't help but rave about. So first of all, vehicle and equipment placement. Park your vehicles on the street wherever possible. Make sure you do not block the mailbox and prevent the customer from receiving their mail. The lead then initiates introductions, so the lead will introduce themselves with a firm handshake. Good morning, Mr. Jones. I'm John from ABC Installation Company, and we'll be doing the work in your home today. Then introduce the team, so the other installers also offer a handshake and introduce themselves. Good morning, Mr. Jones, I'm Mike. Next, the lead will review the work with the customer. So the lead stays with the customer to review the scope of work and address any concerns. Meanwhile, the installers will gather the materials, so that's ladders, drop cloths, plastic sheets, etc. Next comes the walkthrough and preparation. So the lead will perform a walkthrough of the home with the customer, noting any problem areas such as pocket doors, chimneys, cracks, etc. And that's for the team's awareness. Next, the lead confirms whether the customer has pets or small children so that they can plan accordingly and try to stay out of the way as much as possible. Next, the job setup begins. So they will proceed with setting up the job and they'll begin their work. The lead will check in with the customer at regular intervals to keep them apprised of what's going on with the job. Creating this kind of personal connection might seem like overkill, but here's the truth. Customers are way more likely to leave a positive review when they feel like they've received personalized service and they actually remember the names of your team members. You're not just another anonymous service provider, you're John and Mike, who took such great care of their home. Now about that employee who just doesn't seem to care about customer service. Here's your solution, and it's probably not what you expect. Instead of getting frustrated, offer them a bonus for every 5-star review that they generate. Even $20 per review can completely change their behavior. Once they see how these small touches lead directly to their pocket, you'll be amazed at the transformation. If you're finding value in this so far, smash that like button and let's dive into the automation piece. Now here's where the magic happens. We're going to automate everything that I just talked to you about. And before you start getting nervous about the tech stuff, let me assure you, if you can use a smartphone, you can set this up. Think of it like building with Lego blocks. We're just going to connect simple pieces together to create something amazing. And I'll walk you through it step by step. And by the end, you'll have a review generating machine that works while you sleep. Now, it's crucial to get feedback from every single customer. An absolute beast in the home services industry, Larry Janeski always says that a complaint isn't a complaint until you leave the job. What he means is that you can fix almost any issue if you catch it early enough. And that's why we want to hear both the good and the bad. It helps us build our reputation and constantly improve. Now I know keeping track of feedback requests can be a huge pain. Remembering to send them, following up with people who haven't responded, making sure nobody falls through the cracks, it's a lot. And that's exactly why we're going to let automation handle all of it. I use a system called Go High Level to set this up for my clients, like our insulation company. I'm going to walk you through this workflow step by step. And don't worry if it looks complicated at first. I'll break it down into bite-sized pieces that anyone can handle. I know that this might look a bit gnarly, but stick with me. And if you want to follow along, grab your free 14-day trial of Go High Level using the first link down in the description. Okay, here's exactly how we set this up. Click Automation on the left-hand side and then click Create Workflow from Scratch. Our trigger is going to be Pipeline Stage Changed. And for this insulation company, it's in Pipeline Lead Magnet to Completed Job. And Pipeline Stage is Completed Job. What this means is that when a customer moves from their job being booked to their job being completed, Go High Level will automatically add them to this workflow automation. First, we're going to add a tag called Review Request. Now, if we're looking at this contact in Go High Level, we know that they've been asked for their feedback. Next, we're going to wait 1 hour until we send them the feedback request. Then we'll send an SMS message, which is just a text message, thanking them for their business and asking them to simply reply to the text with a rating between 1 and 5. If you're wondering what those curly brackets are, I set those up to automatically replace that with the contact's first name and the company's name. And I'll explain exactly why that is helpful in just a bit, so stay tuned. Now we will add a step to wait for them to reply via SMS. We'll give them a day so that the customer doesn't feel like we're harassing them. And Go High Level will automatically create 2 branches, and we're just going to focus on the contact reply branch for right now. Now, here's where the magic happens. We're going to add an if-then condition, and if the customer replied with a 5, then we will send them a follow-up text with a link for them to leave us a Google review. If the number is less than 5 or a negative reply, we will have an internal notification set up so that an email is sent to the appropriate person, letting them know there's an issue with this customer and we need to call and resolve it. We'll then send an SMS back to the customer apologizing for not meeting their expectations and letting them know we'll be reaching out to make it right. Lastly, we'll add a step to remove the customer from the current workflow and the email version of this workflow, which I will be talking about in just a moment. Okay, let's go back to the timeout branch now. If the customer doesn't respond after 1 day, we'll send a follow-up SMS message just prompting them to reply with a number. And what we want to do is replicate the exact same process that we did on the branch on the left. So here's the cool thing with Go High Level. We can just click the 3 dots on the condition box, click Copy All Actions from here, and then paste them under the SMS box here on the right. Now we can expect that the customer will receive a review request if they respond with a 5, and if it's less than a 5, You'll receive an internal notification so that you can resolve whatever issue they may have. Then they'll be removed from the SMS and email workflows. Lastly, we want to recreate this exact same thing, only for email instead of SMS. So the customer is getting the request for feedback both via SMS and via email. So let's go back to workflows and we'll click the 3 dots to duplicate the workflow, rename it, and then we can edit the workflow, replacing all the SMS boxes with emails. If you can see how this would skyrocket your Google reviews, hit that like button and let's move on to the final piece of the puzzle. So this is where things get really exciting. Remember all that time you or your office manager spent trying to respond thoughtfully to every single review? We're going to automate that completely, but in a way that still feels personal and genuine. The beauty of this system is that it lets you focus on what you do best, providing amazing service to your customers, while the AI handles all that follow-up work behind the scenes. So click on Launchpad and connect your Google Business profile to your account. You can also connect your Facebook page so that you'll receive automatic responses on those reviews too. Now let's click on Reputation on our Go High Level dashboard, then click Settings. These are all the settings that we're using for the installation company, so turn auto responses on, and for sources, leave it blank. If you want review replies sent to all sources, meaning both Facebook and Google. We have auto response set to 5 stars, which means the AI will automatically respond to any 5-star reviews. And remember, with the workflows we have set up, we'll receive an email if we get feedback from a customer less than 5. We have the wait time set to 15 minutes, which I've noticed isn't exact. There seems to be sometimes a lag between when the Google review is left and when Go High Level registers it. So just be aware that there may be a slight delay. You can add a review response footer if you want, which is just a line at the end of each AI review that it will always add to the end of the review. So we have this blank, but you could add something like, "Thanks for choosing ABC Plumbing." Now you'll click Save and you're all set. Now you have an automatic customer review machine set up, and all you have to do is what you do best: provide a great home service to your customers. Hit that like button if you found this valuable, and now let me wrap up everything for you. So let me break down exactly what we've built here. You now have a complete system that automatically creates amazing first impressions, captures feedback at the perfect moment, generates glowing reviews, and responds to them, all without you having to lift a finger. And this isn't just about getting more reviews, it's about building a reputation machine that brings you new customers 24/7. Think about it. While you're out there doing great work, this system is constantly working in the background, turning happy customers into powerful marketing assets for your business. And the best part? Once you set this up, which should take you less than an hour, it just works. No babysitting required. Every new 5-star review, every positive response is just another brick in building your business's reputation. Now, if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, don't worry, that's totally normal. You've got 2 options. You can grab that free trial of Go High Level using the link below and set this up yourself. And of course, I'm here in the comments to help you. Or if you'd rather have me handle everything for you, click that second link down in the description to book a call with me. Either way, don't let another day go by without starting to build your review machine. So hit that subscribe button if you want more practical systems like this one to help you work smarter and not harder. And I will see you in the next video.